Hello there, and welcome to another Starfield ship review. So today, at the request of the Cursed Grandmaster, we're going to be taking a relook at a ship that I reviewed quite some time ago. This is the Reef, or in my case, the Reef 3. The number at the end of the name is the tier of the vessel. So, aesthetically, the ships will be exactly the same, regardless of whether it's a Reef 1, 2, 3, or some ships it'll be go up to 4. It's only the only increase will be the kind of the base modules. So, for example, with this one, we've got a C-class reactor with 40 power. A Reef 1, the C-class reactor may only be 30 power, or so on and so forth. So yeah, so it's been a while since I've done one of these kind of like just normal ship reviews that aren't like a custom one or a unique one. So in order to get this, there's a couple of places you can get it. It's a bit tricky. Timmy, don't eat that. Sorry, my dog is sniffing some chocolate. So you can potentially purchase this in a couple of locations. So you can potentially purchase it on the Neon ship vendor, the Alpha Centauri ship vendor, the Neon Ryujan astroneering or Tayo astroneering woman, and also the Paradiso ship vendor. Now, I went to all locations and couldn't find it, so if you go to the locations and it's not in any of them, go to somewhere like Venus or Mercury and wait for 24 hours. On both those planets, 24 hours is like over 1,000 hours in-game, so it'll reset those vendors and then just kind of hop from one to the other until you get it. So this is a pretty interesting ship. So it's basically a... It can also, I believe it can also be found. Like, if you do want to steal it, it's usually you'll see some UC reefs or some freestat reefs. It's commonly used by some NPCs, but it's a really interesting ship, and it's quite a cool ship. So this is a Tayo design. I think it is all Tayo. Let me double check. Yes, this is all Tayo, which is cool. It's a very cool ship. Good. It's... As you can see, it's got turrets on it, which I definitely would have to, I love my turrets. It has a lot of room for activities, as well as room for improvements. Like, straight off the bat, when a ship gives you 2 extra hard points there, those Tayo equipment plates, they're like perfect sightline for more turrets. So we'll go more in depth as we, go through it and stuff, but we take a look at the stats. It's got a fuel of 560, which is pretty good. That is consisting of those little fuel kind of nodes at the back, their little balls, it's an unusual amount of fuel, but it's still quite good. It's got a hull of 1499. That's kind of the average for these kind of C-class endgame vessels. It's got a cargo capacity of 3,500, which is really good. It's kind of a bit of a multi-role. I will say, if you're looking for the Tier 3 version, you have to be kind of well into the level 70s to kind of unlock them. You can find a lower tier version and obviously upgrade it as you go. You won't need to be level 70 to upgrade it, I don't think. You can swap some things around. It's got no shielded capacity or cargo. It's got, like I said, C-class reactor, 40 power. I believe it's got I think that's the Pinch 8Z reactor. We'll check in a minute. It's got a crew of 6, which is quite good. Not amazing in terms of crew capacity. We might try and improve that a little bit. It's one of the issues of going with a Tayo. Tayo only has one style of cockpit, and you're very limited to the crew. It's got a shield of 1315, which isn't too bad. We could definitely improve upon that. And then it's got 2 sets of weapons. It's got 2 particle turrets mounted there just in front of the cargo on the wings. And then it's got 3 railgun ballistic turrets, 1 mounted on the dorsal above the cockpit, and then 2 mounted on the kind of the side pontoons. So if you want to buy this ship, it's probably going to cost you around 500k, maybe more. It's going to be an expensive ship, considering but if you're kind of at that level of 70 plus, where, you can buy it, you should have that money. Now, like I said, you could come across it and steal it, which would probably be more convenient. So yeah, let's go check it out, shall we? Hello. Okay. Quick little flyby. I will say I really like Tayo vessels. They're very specific in that they don't look very nice. They don't look as aesthetically pleasing as kind of the NPC vendors tend to hype them up about. But one thing I will say is I think this looks quite good given... Oh, yep, there's a bug with the jetpack. Where I have this jetpack where basically I can hold my boost to boost. And if I boost and then bring up my photo mode, it'll then boost me after I leave it. See, it's got that C-class reactor or grav drive. So yeah, let's head inside. It's nice though, these. I like these kind of all one faction ships. I think weirdly, Tayo probably have the best kind of like, if we're focusing on one manufacturer, they have the best kind of overall ships, you know, purchasable ships in terms of stats. Just because they have those equipment plates, so like you've got more mounting points and it looks cooler. And I like TARS. Anyway, so straight away we have a workshop, which is very nice. We've got the weapon workbench, industrial workbench, spacesuit workbench, and we have the best chair ever. We don't have a research station, but with the new feature where you can customize, like right now, bam. You could, in theory, just slap one down. There you go. It's one of the great new features. And then if we head up above... Oh, I'm in the wrong menu. Oops. Up we go to the next floor. We have a science lab, which, oh, we don't even need to. There's our research and our pharmaceutical. So we already have everything on the ship already. Very nice. And then if we... Meds. And if we come back this way, we have this is really cool. So this is, I believe, is this a 3x3? Let me check. Is that a 3x3? No, it's a 3x2. So you've got a 3x2. This is a 3x2 all in one berth, I believe. And it's really cool. So you've got this kind of open plan concept. I don't know. I've always heard that, and I'm assuming that's what this is. But if it's not, and I've just randomly thrown out words that make no sense, I apologize. It's got a nice little bathroom. It's got a little kitchenette with a working galley. And then over here we have like a living quarters. Or like a seating area. And then we have, this is what I really like, we have some bunk beds. We got 4 bunk beds here. And... whatever that is, but which I quite like. You know, you got a nice little kind of storage for the crew. And then if we head this way, we have... You good, Cora? Okay, she was... I was trying to teach her starborn powers. We tried teleportation. She may have got stuck in the floor. It's fine. Just don't tell Sam. We'll figure it out eventually. You just hang in there, kiddo. I'll bring you a book or something. Anyway, we've got... This is the break. Or the armory. This is the Tayo and Hope Tech kind of share the same. So brick and armory. And then if we head down here, we have another armory, which is weird. They went with 2. I don't know why they went with 2, but you know, we won't question it. You could definitely swap this out for something else, the bottom one. Yeah, you just hang it along. Do I have a book for you? Notes. There you go, Cora. Let's learn about grab drives. Whoops. It's hard to manipulate things in this game. There you go. We need to fix that. Can't be telling her father and mother she's been severed. Anyway, we've got... Is this another workshop? What? This is very strange. Now, I haven't modified this ship at all. Yeah, this is very strange. So we've got another workshop here with the... Don't know why you would need them, but you know, it is what it is. And then if we... I think we go this way. I don't think there's anything. Is there anything here? No, okay, there's nothing here. And then if we go up one here, we come to a computer control room, which is very nice to have. All of our computery stuff. We come back this way, we have an all-in-one berth. We got a lifting here and a punch bag. Yeah. I'm a professional. I'm gonna call out all the Pauls. And we go. There's a docking port up above. And then if we head this way, we have the crew control station. And we have the cockpit. I'm just checking. Is there... There's another 2x1 hab. Where is it? Am I, like, missing something? So we got this 2x1 hab. And where's the other 2x1 hab? Oh, it's here, sorry. Completely missed the battle station. Got the battle station here. Simeon is, I really like this version of the battle station. I like the kind of the white color, the sterile. And then we have, obviously, our command console there. And then if we come over here, we drop down, and we have the captain's quarters. With all the usual. This little desk, cozy bed. Alright, now we can go back up. I will say, this is... QX multi with the USB-Z. Okay, we're on to USB-Z. Goddamn. Okay. There's a lot of space here. Like a lot of. It's a nice profile. It's not very wide, which is quite nice. This is one of the things I quite like with these sort of ships. When you have these ships where they kind of, it's like a 3-tier system, and they have the middle is kind of comes out. Like it's almost like a kind of a cross shape if you look at it head on. Right, so let's take her off. We've got this is kind of one of the downsides is like this isn't a bad cockpit, but it's too, I don't know, it's just too fancy, you know. Anyway, let's take her off into space and see how she performs. Alright, let's go. As always, I have a perk that increases map power by 5 called Anitronic Fusion. And I also have Vasco, which gives me 1 extra pip. I need to unassign him in a moment. Where are you, crew? Vasco. Oh, it's under. Let me unassign you. Perfect. Now we have perfect. Okay, so let me put my points into everything. And the thing is with these turrets, you don't need to put too many pips into them, but oh, we got 1 pip left over. Okay, perfect. So weapon-wise, obviously we can't shoot our weapons because they're both turreted. Boost speed is going to be 130 because they're big C-class engines, or base speed, sorry. Boost speed's probably going to be like 420, maybe. Oh no, 450, not too bad, not too bad. Quick little agility test. Quite agile, quite agile. Not too bad, not too bad. Those engines must have a lot of thrust to weight. Alright, so now we'll head down to the planet and we'll do a teardown and then some potential upgrade paths. Alright, so we got the ship split into 3 sections. The front here we got a samurai cockpit from Tayo Astroneering, 200 cargo, 2 crew. Behind that we have a Tayo control station, 2x1 top A. On top of that we have an equipment plate with one of our 3 Marauder 115 railgun turrets from Horizon Defense, C-Class, 1040 range, 1.5 fire rate, 98.01 hull damage, and 4 power. Off to the side, just sitting below each, we've got 2 equipment plates with 2 Obliterator 250 MEV Alpha turrets from Lightsight C-Class, 42-25 range, 1.5 fire rate, 94.59 hull and shield damage, and 4 power. Back behind that, we've got a Tayo computer court 2x1 top B with an extended port docker from Tayo. We've got 4 Galleon S201 cargo holds, protectorate system, 720 each. Then off to the side, we've got 2 Marauder 115 railgun turrets there. Then back here, we've got a Tayo living quarters 2x1 top A. We have a J52 Gamma grav drive from Relodyne, C-Class 11 power, 50 jump thrust, which gives us 30 light years. We've got an Odin 3050C shield generator from Protectorate Systems, C-Class 11 power, 1350 shield. Then we have our, it's an SF40 sheared flow reactor from Dogstar, C-Class 40 power, 1315 hull. Not too bad, not too bad. And then we have in this area, in the middle area, we have a Tayo forward sensor, Tayo Science Lab 2x1 mid, A tile all-in-one berth 2x2 top B. A tile workshop top B 2x1. A tile battle station 2x1 top B. And a tile armory 2x1 top B with 2 equipment plates there. We also have 2 Degama 1000 cargo hold from Panoptes, 210 each. And then we have 2 of our 4 400G helium-3 tanks from Ballistic Solution, 140 each. And then 2 Poseidon DT 230 engines from Panoptes, C-Class 4 power, 34,520 engine thrust, 11,600 maneuvering thrust. For the structural pieces, we've got 4 of these tile braking engines, 2 on this side, 2 on that side. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pinpoint 4G landing gear from tile to starboard to port. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these tile mid caps. You see they're the half ones there. And then we have 2 tile caps, afts on the back, 2 starboard caps. And I just want to check if that is the best engines. So they're the Poseidon, the DT2. Yep, they're the perfect. They're the best engines. And then bottom level, we've got the shipbed 200 landing bay from Tile. We have the Tile workshop 2x1 bottom. We have a pinpoint 4G landing gear. We've got 2 Tile cowling bottoms, an aft and fore. We've got a Tile pinpoint 4G landing gear, 2 thrust. This is also 2 thrust. We have a Tile captain's quarters 2x1 bottom and an armory 2x1 bottom. 2 more of those fuel tanks. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these mid caps. These are basically the ones that are just flipped upside down like so. Now, if we put it all together, and because this is a custom, or this is a base ship, I'm going to give some tips on some improvements. So, I think one of the first things is I think it's quite good in terms of its kind of power to weight ratio. So what I'd recommend the first thing to do is we're going to swap out this shield. That's not a bad shield, but you know, like for an endgame ship that only spawns around level like 70 plus, this variant of it, you kind of want the Assurance SG-18 just because slap that on, you get an extra. What was the difference? I think the Odin, you get an extra just under 300 shield, which is very nice. Now for the turrets, these obliterators are not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They're very good actually. I'm going to keep these, but we're going to get rid of these railguns. Now, the reason is I like turrets, but realistically with turrets, you want your turrets to always be doing the kind of their best damage. And having these railgun turrets mean that, as you see, when you're shooting shielded enemies, they're only going to be doing 29 damage. Whereas these bad boys are going to be doing 90, and they're the same. So we're going to remove the railgun turrets, like so. And we're going to put the obliterators there, like so. We're going to put a third one there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move these back here, and we're going to mount them sideways, like so. And the reason we're going to do that, I'll show you in a moment, is that gives, these have a kind of a 180 degree, they can, you know, shoot sideways, they go in the front. Now, we're going to add a second pair of turrets, because I like turrets. Now, obviously, if you don't like turrets, you can, I would always recommend having one set of turrets, unless you're playing like very hard and you want your max damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another set of particle turrets, if we can find some. Let me see. I usually like these ones. 4 damage 19, 4 damage 24. Okay, so I mean these are better. Okay, so we're gonna go with these ones, and we're gonna basically slap these on the side here, right here. So we've got a nice little broad side. Because I think these side pieces look awesome, and it looks even better having those turrets kind of, you know, for your broad side. Now that's your second set of turrets. Now I would recommend having some fixed weaponry. Now you can go about this a few ways. I usually like to run a laser-based weapon for fixed weapons, just because it's convenient. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use these. I've started to use these Rezas quite a lot. They're quite good. And we're going to put 2 of these bad boys on. Now you could put 3 if you wanted to. I think if you were going to put 3, what you probably have to do is maybe move. I see. No, I think we're... Wait a minute. Could we put... Yeah, no, I think we'll stick with 2 because I don't want to merge or anything. If you were up to it, you could merge one inside, actually. I'll show you real quick how to do that. You don't have to do it. So all you want to do is you sit this above it, and we're going to get this piece. And then we drop it down like so, and then you just select... Oh, no, we don't do that, sorry. Select that. It'll move up like so. Select it. It will move back down. And now you have... Let me see. Now you have 2 inside there. So that won't affect firing at all. It'll look the exact same, but you'll have the full effect of the weaponry. Now, obviously, you don't need to do that. It's just an optional thing. So in terms of, like, the mobility, we could give it a bit more mobility. Now, I'm just trying to think here because... Oh, actually, I know a way we can give it more mobility, potentially. Let me see. Is this going to work? No, it's not going to work. Ooh, maybe we'll see. So what I would recommend maybe doing is we'll remove these Poseidons, and we're going to put these here for the moment. Now, we're going to do a bit of merging. Okay, second. Here we go, and... Okay, so... See, we'd have 100 with them, but we'd have to... Okay, that's fine though. We can... Just trying to think of... let me actually undo that. We want to keep the... Perfect. Okay. So what other engines do we have? We could do... SAE80. We could definitely do one of these. And what we could do is where could we put it though? Because the SE80, so what we could do is we're gonna remove this. We'll slap the SE80 there. And we're going to mount 3 of these here. So we're gonna basically have these 3 pinpoint here. And then this SE80, we're just gonna equip our weapons. Just so it doesn't say an error. There you go, perfect. And wait, what is... They're 4, yeah. These are 4 too, what's going on here? Oh, it's because I undid them. Obviously, if you're going to merge it in there, they'll be perfectly fine. So yes, we're going to add some of these extra pinpoint landing gear here. Now the cargo's 3,500, which isn't bad, but we could improve that a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these here. Try and get the cargo up to like maybe 5k. So let's look at what cargo options we have. So obviously we could go these here. But that would kind of, I don't think that fits the aesthetic of the vessel. So what we could do is we could put these bad boys here. And there you go, you got 6k cargo. Now obviously we lost a bit of mobility. But actually we could... And what we could do is we could swap this living quarters for... What does that go to? 4.25. Let me see. 4.25. These up here. These under it. There we go. That's better. There we go. That looks nicer. And then you still have obviously your the way it is with your fuel. Now what I actually would, for some structural pieces, because you gotta make it look structurally nice. We're gonna try and keep with the tile though, because we're keeping this all tile. What else? What other tile pieces? You have these spine pieces that we could... How would they look? Would they actually snap in there, or would they be probably... No, okay. I'm gonna put these tile pieces here, just because I like that it looking like there's a kind of a, like something holding these engines on. And then what we're going to do is underneath here, we're going to remove these ones. Whoops. And we're going to replace them with two of the kind of the essentials. Two of these bad boys here. That gives us a little bit more fuel. Looks a little nicer. And then do we have any other structural kind of tile pieces to go with? Obviously, this is all just completely optional. I'm just kind of showing you ways in which you can improve it. If you don't like how this is looking, you could obviously change it to whatever way you want. That's not actually a bad idea, putting that there. Maybe. Let me see how that looks. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks a little more streamlined, more kind of uniform. And then we're gonna put, just because I like smoothing it out a little bit with the tile pieces. I think that is pretty much it. So yeah, that's the Reef, or in my case, the Reef 3. I think it looks, as is, it looks good. But like I said, I would recommend kind of upgrading it just a little bit. Like, extra turrets are always good, but if you don't want turrets, like if you don't want these turrets, you could swap them out, and you could put some fixed particles of the same type. But yeah, that is it. So thank you, Grandmaster, for submitting, or like basically saying like, oh, you should do this ship again, because it's a really nice ship. Like I said, I think it'd be one of the best kind of C-class ships, just in terms of kind of having like nice inside. Oh, the one thing I would actually say, so because it's got 2 armories and 2 workshops, I would probably change this armory to... Ooh. I mean, see, you're kind of like... I see why they had it extra. You could probably make it in something empty, like have this an empty one. The bottom, kind of customize it yourself. But yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.